Buenos y buenos dias. Welcome, everyone, and good morning to all. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Scheer, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check on our website, www.cslpv.org, on either the landing page or on the weekly talk section. There is a link there for you. Today is Sunday, November 12th, 2023, and we are continuing with our annual theme, which is Living Out Loud. The topic for this month is the mundane, the sacred, and the profane. Oh my. The topic for this week is the sacred. My apologies for any of you that were on the live Zoom call at 10, as for some reason, my Zoom meeting stopped in the middle of the presentation. So if you are here again, welcome once again. So at this time, I would like to truly welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Puerto Vallarta. We teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, know that it is the right one for you. No matter what your background is, please know that everyone is welcome here, and we value each and every one of you. We teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, which is based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth. And we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes, our founder, was asked to provide a concise definition of the Science of Mind teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer an inspirational message. And we are meeting both on Zoom and in person on Sundays. You can find out the details on our website or Facebook page as well. And hang out with us after the service for great conversation with like-minded people. If you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with whatever changes or emotions or whatever you are experiencing in life, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, then please contact me so that you can be sent the application form. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we will be offering another course on Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life that starts this coming week on November 18th. You can find all the details on our webpage as well, or connect with me directly. And if there's a specific course, workshop, or book study that you'd be interested in, please let me know so that we can plan for these as well. So as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this through our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission, to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And more on these can be found on our website as well. So did you know that the sacred can not only be found on the meditation cushion, but also in the lineup in a grocery store? This week, we will explore the sacred in both the expected and unexpected ways. And often the sacred is seen as something separate or apart from everyday life. Is defined as dedicated or set apart, highly valued and important. What if we could approach the sacred from a new angle? What if, instead of being seen as something reserved for certain expressions, places, times, and events, the sacred could be understood as connection to all that is, a mindset led by intention and brought forth through an active, mindful, and engaging energy. The adventure is in our ability to open our awareness to this reality and the sacredness that can be found in both the expected and the unexpected. Ernest Holmes said this: "The spirit is both an overdwelling and an indwelling presence. We are immersed in it, and it flows through us as our very life." So our awareness of the infinite leads us on a path of discovery and an understanding that we are inextricably connected to this presence, the all that is all, the sacred. We know that the sacred is not something found in far-off dreams or even something that is separate from all of us. Instead, the sacred can be found in everything that exists, if only we attune our attention to this awareness. Ernest Holmes said this in Love and Law: "There is not a day in my life that goes by that I do not take the time to unify myself in my consciousness with big things, to think I am one with all activities, all industries, all commerce, etc., and just feel that through reaching out and encompassing the largest fields of activity of the world, then you are one with the infinite stars in the heavens, and that is to see things." When we are able to move past the surface of things, we begin to see sacredness transformed into the very activity of life. In Living the Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes said this: "We are compelled to think of spirit either as apart from us or within us. If apart from us, there is no way to find it. If within us, there is no escaping the divine fact. Unfoldment and not search is what we need." So it's easy for us to see the sacred in contemplative practices such as meditation. And the connection that is felt during these moments of deep reflection and inner work can be almost palpable. In these moments, the reality of our own divinity and connection to all becomes highlighted. It's that feeling of connection that often leads us to categorize such experiences as sacred. And the reality is that this connection can be felt not only during these contemplative times, but just as easily when walking in nature, dancing to our favorite music, floating in the ocean waves, or engaging in meaningful conversation. Such examples can serve us as a conduit for connection. And it's in this that the sacredness of these moments shine through. The moments that invite us to step beyond our literal and metaphorical four walls and nurture the awareness of our connection to the sacred in any given moment. So let me tell you this story about 8-year-old Miranda, who sauntered into the ocean one summer day while her father, Mark, looked on. Miranda stood in the water up to her waist, just moving back and forth with the waves. 10 or 15 minutes had passed, and Mark thought that her eyes were closed. 30 minutes went by, and she was still standing in the gentle surf in the same spot. After an hour, her father found himself swaying with her as he sat and watched from the beach. It was as if she was in a trance, but he wanted to make sure she was all right. Is this some kind of seizure? Does she have enough sunscreen on? But he managed not to intrude. It was nearly an hour and a half before she came out of the water, absolutely glowing and peaceful. She sat down next to him without a word. After a few minutes, he managed to gently ask her what she was doing. "I was in the water," she said softly. "The water," he repeated. "Yeah, it was amazing. I was the water. I love it and it loves me." And I can so appreciate and understand this perspective from Miranda. A few years ago, when I was swimming in the ocean in Hawaii, in Hanauma Bay, I was in the water for what I thought was maybe 20 minutes, swimming through the coral reefs and following the fish and just exploring, being one with the water. When I finally came out and up onto the beach, my boyfriend had said I was in there for 4 hours. I was truly one with the water and nature. Eckhart Tolle says this: "We have forgotten what rocks, plants, and animals still know. We have forgotten how to be still, to be ourselves, to be where life is, here and now. To bring your attention to a stone, a tree, or animal does not mean to think about it, but simply to perceive it, to hold it in your awareness." The very nature of our brain is to label and categorize, and it can take quite a bit of unlearning and intention to step out of this evolutionary marvel. We can make steps toward developing a mindset, a paradigm, a worldview that begins to look beyond the surface and appearances of things in search of truth, beauty, and awareness. And this shift in framework creates an expansive view of ourselves, others, and the world around us. It calls us to lean into life, to operate from a new vantage point, to explore the sacred in both expected and unexpected ways. For example, when we once may have overlooked something in our experience, we begin to place our attention and intention in this area. Through this lens, the label sacred that was once reserved for our meditation cushions begins to be found in sweeping our porch, brushing our teeth, and yes, maybe even doing the laundry. This shift becomes a catalyst, and before we even realize it, we're moving about our lives with a constant experience of the sacred. Anne Druin said this: "No single step in the pursuit of enlightenment should ever be considered sacred. Only the search was." So the sacred is also those aspects of life that stir within us the energy of passion and activity. And this may outpicture in our interactions with others, our care for marginalized communities, our dedication to a cause, our movement towards our own personal transformation, and what we bring and contribute to the collective evolution. The sacred is saying yes when we are called to say yes, stepping out into the unknown and bringing our authentic selves to the activity of life. This commitment to the flow of life, in essence, becomes one of our most sacred acts: to breathe in, breathe out, and move in ways that speak to our connection with all that is. Eckhart Tolle said this: "To do everything in a sacred manner means to do everything fully in the state of presence." So we are invited into the sacred in all aspects of our life. The sacred then becomes not a static object, activity, or even ideology, but instead it becomes the very action of our lives. It becomes a way of seeing ourselves and seeing others and moving around the world. This understanding urges us to ask the question: what has to shift in my awareness to view all things as sacred? It also calls us to a deeper understanding of wholeness and its encompassing reach. I'll leave you with this final quote: "Each thought, each action in the sunlight of awareness becomes sacred." And that leads us to our affirmation for the week. I open myself up to the adventure of finding the sacred in the unexpected. And so now it's our time for mindfully giving and financial support for our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. And we bless the financial gifts that you give today, no matter the amount. Your contributions are circulated with our tithing to our greater organization, which reaches out globally and locally. We also tithe to a local women's shelter to assist women and children that have left an abusive home and allows them the opportunity to become grateful for the assistance to become productive and successful members of their community. Donations can be made using PayPal or Tithely from our website, which is www.cslpv.org. You'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page and on the page where you find the replay for our weekly talks. If you still like to write out paper checks, you can do so by addressing them to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y 8N1. And now, if you would like to join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. Yesterday was November 11th, a day commemorated to all the veterans, Remembrance Day, Armistice Day. Let us not forget why we celebrate this day. William Wallace, a Methodist minister, said this: if we are unwilling to learn from history, we commit ourselves to reliving the mistakes of our ancestors. The peace of the land, the peace of the people, and the peace of the heart are inextricably intertwined. What is accomplished by force does not last. What is accomplished by love is eternal. We cannot wait until we have true peace of mind before we start working for peace, nor can we wait until the world is at peace before seeking peace of mind. To remember war without offering forgiveness to former enemies is only to reinforce soul-destroying hatred. Peace is not just the absence of war. It is being at home with the shadowy parts of our personality so that we know where our anger is coming from and how to transform it. The first step out of violence is to stop viewing oneself or any part of oneself as an unlovable enemy. May peace and love be with you. Blessings to all. Namaste.